The president's stance on gun laws has been difficult to pin down since last month's shooting in Parkland, Florida. And he stunned members of his own party this week during a bipartisan meeting broadcast live from the White House, where President Trump broke with GOP orthodoxy and embraced some gun laws. Democrats left there saying they felt optimistic. Here's a look at one of those key moments.
Now, this is not a popular thing to say in terms of the NRA, but I'm saying it anyway. I'm going to just have to say it. You can't buy a handgun at 18, 19, or 20. You have to wait till you're 21, but you can buy the gun, the weapon used in this horrible shooting at 18. It doesn't make sense that I have to wait till I'm 21 to get a handgun, but I can get this weapon at 18. I don't know. So I was just curious as to what you did in your bill. You don't address it?
We didn't address it, Mr. President. Look, I think
you know why? Because you're afraid of the NRA, right?
Allow due process, so no one's rights are trampled, but the ability to go to court, obtain an order, and then collect not only the firearms, but any weapons in the possession of that individual.
Or might take the firearms first and then go to court. To go to court would have taken a long time. So you could do exactly what you're saying, but take the guns first, go through due process second.
Talked about the bump stock issue that Senator Feinstein, I know, cares passionately about.
And I'm going to write that out,
Let's
because
get
we
started.
can do that with an executive order. I'm going to write the bump stock, essentially write it out. So you won't have to worry about bump stock. Shortly, that'll be gone.
Well, one conservative lawmaker called that meeting surreal, and action was swift. After that meeting, the NRA quickly scheduled a one-on-one meeting with the president, who now seems to be backing down from the initial considerations of raising the age limit on certain firearms. Our next guest will soon sign a key piece of gun safety legislation in her state. The governor of Oregon, Kate Brown, is joining us now. Thank you for being here, Governor.
Good afternoon. Thanks for having me.
So the new law there in Oregon has to do with gun control restrictions and domestic violence and stalking situations. Explain why this is your state's answer.
Well, we've taken a number of steps over the last couple of years since I became governor. The first legislation that I signed into law was a comprehensive background checks legislation. It's something that we need across the United States, a universal background check. The second thing I signed into law is a legislation that allows judges to take guns away from folks who might be a danger to themselves or others. And this legislation is closing a loophole to make sure that intimate partners, if there is a restraining order, they can't possess guns. We know that when a gun is present in a domestic violence situation, a woman is 5 times more likely to get hurt. This is absolutely ridiculous that we haven't moved more quickly on this in Oregon and across the country. I'm pleased to be signing this bill into law on Monday.
What is your takeaway from the backlash we're seeing by state lawmakers in Georgia against Delta, one of the biggest employers in that state, all because of their pushback against the NRA?
Look, we had a horrific shooting in Oregon at the Umpqua Community College campus. It devastated the families, it devastated the college, it devastated the community. The community is still healing. My heart goes out to the families impacted, but we must take action. That's exactly what we've done at the state level. I am very proud of the companies that are doing the right thing. They are signaling to Congress. They are reacting to consumers. Congress must take action.
Government, it seems, rarely takes action quickly. Given what we just saw in Georgia, which I know you didn't address directly there, my question, but I think where I was wanting to comment on, or have you comment on specifically, was, again, how quickly this happened there. They made it happen that they could pass a tax rollback in the matter of just a few days when it came to Delta, and they got their constituency, their Republican lawmakers, to take action and pass this law very quickly. What does that tell you about the power of the NRA, the fact that this state government could do something so swiftly as a result of retaliatory action?
What it tells us is that there are many legislators across the country that are bought and paid for by the NRA, and it's absolutely ridiculous. And in Oregon, we took action responding to the concerns of Oregonians across the state. Americans across the state, across the United States, are supporting the work that companies like Dick's and Delta are doing to make sure that we keep our communities safe. And it's because Congress is not taking action to ban assault weapons, to ban bump stocks, to ban multi-capacity magazines, that companies are feeling like they must take action. It's absolutely crazy. Congress needs to act. The states are doing everything we can, but unfortunately in certain states like Georgia, they're going backwards, not forwards.
As you point out, states have been more successful at passing gun control policy than the federal government. Some Republicans in particular would say, just let the states handle it. What do you say?
Well, first of all, obviously, assault weapons are very easy to take across state borders. So from my perspective, there's absolutely no reason why someone would own an assault weapon. I believe they should be banned at the federal level to make sure that our schools, our synagogues, our mosques, our churches are safe. And guess what? Americans agree with me. That's why it is appalling that Congress is not willing to take action. What is different between Congress and the students from Parkland, Florida, is the students at Parkland, Florida are not bought and paid for by the NRA.
Governor Kate Brown from Oregon, thank you so much.
Thank you.